Some breaking news to bring you now from Uganda, and there are reports that the military have surrounded the home of the main opposition candidate in the country's elections ahead of results being announced. Our Africa correspondent John Sparks is on the phone for us. John, this is Bobi Wine's house.
Yes, that's right. It's Bobi Wine's house, real name Robert Chagulani. He has a large house located about an hour outside of the capital, Kampala. And he sent out a couple of panicky-sounding tweets this afternoon saying that members of the military were encroaching on his property, that his property had been essentially surrounded by the military. We drove out there as quickly as we could, and we found Bobi Wine at the edge of the lawn, which there's then a gate and a fence and a hill which leads down to more of his property, which is forested. We found him somewhat anxiously examining the property. He told us that he had seen troops, soldiers on the property, that they had come and beat one of his guards up, and we were introduced to the guard who had suffered some facial injuries. And then he took us and a small number of other journalists on a tour of his property. We went down a hill, into some of the trees, round the corner, and we saw a group of about 5 uniformed men armed with automatic weapons. One of them picked up his weapon and pointed it at us, and we, along with Bobi Wine, ran for cover. I must say that at no stage was one of the weapons discharged, but it was a frightening experience. We ran back up to the main house, had a chat with Bobi Wine. He said that this was an example of the intimidation that he has faced during the campaign, increasing intimidation now that the election results are expected. They are expected to be delivered by the Election Commission tomorrow. And he said that the government was putting him in his place. It's certainly an unusual, highly unusual way to treat a presidential candidate in this election or in any election. He has run a very strong campaign. He has fired up certainly younger members of the electorate in this country. It does sound and look like government intimidation to me. On another side of the property, through a chain link fence, we could see soldiers and plainclothes men with armed weapons as well. I tried to speak to them. They said nothing. It does look like a clear attempt at intimidation, and very uncomfortable position for Bobi Wine, who is the country's best-known, most effective opposition leader. It's a very uncomfortable place for him to be in at the moment.